3 months ago, Disney, the most powerful entertainment company on earth, handed OpenAI a billion-dollar check, and they signed a 3-year licensing deal over 200 characters. Mickey Mouse, Darth Vader, Iron Man, Elsa, all coming to Sora. But yesterday, OpenAI tweeted 5 words. We're saying goodbye to Sora, the app, the API, the Disney deal, all of it, it's dead. So let's talk about it. So what on earth actually happened? How does a company with 900 million weekly users, $13 billion in annual revenue, and the most hyped AI video tool on the planet just pull the plug on its flashiest product, only 3 to 4 months after landing the biggest content deal in history? And the answer might tell you about the future of AI more than any benchmark or model release ever could. The key thing here to understand is that OpenAI might be running out of compute. And when you're burning $15 million a day on silly video clips while losing $14 billion a year, something has to go. Sora wasn't the future of OpenAI, it was just a thing standing between OpenAI and survival. To understand why Sora died, you need to understand what it actually cost to keep alive. When Sora launched as a standalone app in September 2025, it was an instant hit. 1 million downloads in under 5 days. It shot to #1 on the App Store. Social media was flooded with AI-generated clips, people making themselves fight Darth Vader, recreating movie scenes. You know, there was just so much going on, memes at an industrial scale. But the thing that most people didn't realize was that every single one of these videos were actually bleeding OpenAI money, like ridiculous amounts of money. According to Forbes, generating a standard 10-second Sora video cost OpenAI roughly $1.30 in compute, and that's based on analysis from Deepback at Cantor Fitzgerald, who estimated each generation used about 40 minutes of GPU time across multiple processors. And at peak usage, users were generating over 11 million clips a day. Now, if you do the maths on that, that's nearly $15 million per day, around $5.4 billion a year, just on inference for one product. And remember, the vast majority of those videos were free. Sora wasn't generating any revenue. It was only generating compute bills. You can see here that I found on Twitter the head of the product publicly admitting that it doesn't work as a business. You see, OpenAI tried to course correct. They introduced paid credits. They limited free generations. But the fundamental problem remained. Video generation is orders of magnitude more expensive than text. Unlike GPT, which processes words, Sora processes 3-dimensional data across time, spatial dimensions plus temporal consistence across dozens of frames per second. And this isn't just expensive, it's the most compute-hungry consumer product in AI. To put this into perspective, Sora's annual compute bill alone was roughly equal to the entire annual revenue of a mid-sized cloud company. OpenAI was essentially running a free video service that cost more than most tech companies earn. And it was all happening while OpenAI's entire financial picture was getting worse. I mean, from this tweet alone, you can literally see that they said the economics are completely unsustainable, foreshadowing what was to come. And they said eventually we'll need to bring the free gens down, and if we don't do this, we won't have enough GPUs otherwise. And I mean, you can see here's the bigger picture. OpenAI told investors that the cost of running its AI models, the process called inference, quadrupled in 2025. And as a result, the company's adjusted gross margin fell from 40% to 33%. And that's a lot lower than 46% than they projected internally. They missed their own target by 13 points. And according to the information, the cost per free ChatGPT user jumped from around 70 cents per year to $4 per year, a 6-fold increase. And that's just the text chatbot. If you add Sora's video generation on top, you'll start to see why those numbers become terrifying. Now, OpenAI's own internal predictions show that the company plans on losing $14 billion in 2026 alone. That's nearly triple the loss from 2025, and cumulative losses through 2028 are projected at $44 billion, and that's all before the company finally expects to turn a profit in 2029. Now here's this thing, okay, that most people aren't realizing. OpenAI is on the cusp of an IPO. Reuters reported that this company is filing with regulators as soon as the second half of the year, targeting a valuation of up to $1 trillion. They've already hired the former DocuSign CFO, Cynthia Gaylor, to run investor relations if you're about to go public. Every line on your balance sheets gets scrutinized. And massively expensive consumer app that generates zero revenue, that doesn't look like a product, that's simply a liability. I mean, this is where the new head of products comes in. This is Fidji Sima. She was formerly the CEO of Instacart, formerly the person who helps build Facebook mobile ad business ahead of its IPO. In an all-hands meeting, she actually told staff, our everything era is over. Now it is about focus. We cannot miss this moment because we are distracted by side quests. Sora was the first side quest to go, but it's not about trimming fat. There's a genuine resource crisis happening. You see, OpenAI actually committed to $600 billion in compute through 2030. They've signed deals with Nvidia, AMD, Cerebras, Broadcom, and Amazon. They tried to build their own data centers, but couldn't secure financing on competitive terms. Lenders offered better rates when Oracle, not OpenAI, signed the lease. So they pivoted to designing the hardware inside the facilities owned by SoftBank and others. Now, even after all of that, they still don't have enough compute to run everything that they're building. Every day, according to Business Insider, OpenAI has to make triage decisions about which projects get GPU time. Sora was a compute black hole. Shutting it down immediately frees up resources for products that actually make money, like Enterprise Codex, ChatGPT advertising, and the API. And this is where we get to Disney and Anthropic. In December 2025, Disney and OpenAI announced what would seem like a landmark deal. Disney would invest $1 billion in OpenAI, over 200 characters that would be licensed from Sora, curated AI-generated fan videos would stream on Disney+, and Bob Iger called it the future of storytelling, and Sam Altman called Disney the global gold standard. But 3 months later, that deal is dead. Disney confirmed to The Hollywood Reporter that it is pulling out. The $1 billion investment is not moving forward, and a Disney spokesperson said, "We respect OpenAI's decision to exit the video generation business and to shift its priorities elsewhere." And what was crazy about this, recently on Twitter, it was actually reported as I was scrolling, I saw that Disney were absolutely blindsided by this decision. You can see here that on Monday evening, Walt Disney and OpenAI teams were working together on a project linked to Sora, OpenAI's video tool. And just 30 minutes after that meeting, the Disney team was blindsided with word that OpenAI was dropping the tool altogether, a person familiar with the matter said. Very interesting. And the worst thing about this all is that, even prior to this, apparently the engagements had never actually been signed. According to the LA Times, OpenAI and Disney were still negotiating the definitive agreements when Sam Altman decided to pull the plug. And do you know what the worst thing about all of this is that was the deal even worth it? I mean, the Hollywood dream of AI video is already looking pretty bad. Top talent agencies, CAA and UTA, had publicly slammed Sora as exploitation, not innovation. Copyright lawsuits were also piling up. Users were easily evading guardrails to generate videos of real celebrities and copyrighted characters, and the initial opt-out approach, where IP holders had to actively ask to be excluded, was widely criticized. If you weren't familiar with that, essentially they just initially included everyone, and you had to actually reach out to ensure that you weren't being AI generated, which is where you actually had the opposite be the standard, where you usually reach out to the Hollywood guys and ask them for permission first. And I mean, with Sea Dance on the horizon, where Hollywood's shutting it down, this of course makes sense with the timing. Now, think about it itself. The product itself was actually struggling. After hitting 1 million downloads in its first week, Sora installs dropped 32% in December, and by January, they'd fallen another 45%. Consumer spending cratered too, down from a peak of $540,000 in December to $367,000 in January. And the app actually fell out of the top 100 on the US App Store. But Sora's decline wasn't happening in isolation. The entire ChatGPT ecosystem was losing ground. According to Apptopia, ChatGPT's mobile app market share fell from 69% in January 2025 to 45.3% in early 2026. And ChatGPT downloads plunged 13% in a single day after OpenAI Pentagon deal was announced, triggering the online backlash, quit GPT. Now remember, I actually asked some of you guys 2 months ago who your daily driver for AI was. And at that time, 45% of you said it was ChatGPT and 55% said it was Google Gemini. Of course, this poll wasn't, the best, but I do think it's very evident that ChatGPT has been losing market share. And while OpenAI was hemorrhaging users and burning cash on Sora, Anthropic was quietly eating their lunch. Claude's app downloads surged 240% month over month in February. For the first time ever, Claude overtook ChatGPT as the #1 free app on the US Apple Store. So Claude is now actually the fastest growing AI chatbot with 14% quarterly userly growth compared to ChatGPT's 4%. And the financial story is more even telling. According to Understanding AI, Anthropic's annualized revenue doubled in just 2 months in early 2026, and it could surpass $19 billion this year. And they're actually closing in fast on OpenAI's projected $30 billion. But here's the real knife. And most people don't realize just how effective Anthropic are. You see, Anthropic generates $3 million in revenue per employee versus OpenAI's $1.65 million. Per user, Anthropic pulls in $300 compared to OpenAI's $16.25. They've raised less than half the capital, $69 billion versus OpenAI's $168 billion. Pretty crazy. And when you look at the Claude ecosystem, it's actually pretty crazy. If you've been on Twitter, you'll know that they're shipping literally every day. And whilst OpenAI was chasing every shiny object, video, app, social networks, data centers, Pentagon contracts, and Anthropic, they just focused on going deep. Claude Code, Claude Cowork, enterprise integrations, no image model, no AI browser, no GPU measure products, just the products getting stickier. As one analysis put it, OpenAI built the best demo and Anthropic built the best products people actually want to use. And here's where we talk about the doom loop. You see, the problem with Sora is that the thing that actually made Sora so spectacular is what made it unsustainable. Every viral video, every million-view TikTok repost, every celebrity deepfake that slipped past the guardrails, all of that was burning compute that OpenAI desperately needed elsewhere. The more successful Sora became, the faster it ate the company alive. And you must be thinking, okay, why does this matter now? You see, the Sora shutdown isn't just one product dying. It's the clearest signal yet that the move fast and demo everything of AI is actually ending. You see, OpenAI is about to face the most scrutinized financial event in history, an IPO at $1 trillion valuation, all while losing $14 billion in a year. Every dollar of compute now has to justify itself. Every product has to prove it can make money or contribute to one that does. And of course, this affects you directly. If you were using Sora or planning to, your work is about to be stranded. OpenAI says they'll share timelines for preserving content, but the app and API are going away. The Disney characters never arrived, and the promise of democratized AI filmmaking just got a lot quieter. More broadly, this is a lesson about what happens when AI companies prioritize spectacle over sustainability. Sora was the most impressive demo OpenAI ever built, and when it first appeared in early 2024, people thought that Hollywood was finished. When the app launched, it was a cultural moment, but none of that translated into a viable business. Meanwhile, the companies that are winning, Anthropic and Google, those are the ones aren't making impressive videos. They're just building tools that people pay for every day and that they can't easily replace. The era of AI as a spectacle is giving way to AI as infrastructure, and in that world, a free video app, no matter how viral, is a luxury that no one can afford. So when we think about it, Sora was great, but it was just too much. They didn't kill it because it wasn't good enough. They killed it because it was too good, too popular, too compute hungry, and too expensive to sustain while preparing for the biggest IPO in history. Sparks don't pay the electricity bill, and right now, OpenAI needs every watt